We were on a missions trip, and during that trip, I noticed a little lump growing in my eye, and I thought, well, it's a sty or something like that. It became red, and it got worse and worse. And by the time we got back, this was a huge lump in my eye. The eye was completely closed. The vision was distorted. I saw flashing lights in the eye, and I could hardly see out of it. And when we got back, I went straight to an ophthalmologist and said, look, what is this? And the guy looked at it, and they ummed and ahed and took their time, and eventually he came to me and said, it's a tumor. I said, what? He said, yes, a tumor, but don't worry, it's benign. He said, we've seen these often, you've probably had it for many years, and it's grown. And what was happening? The tumor was growing behind the eyeball and squeezing over my eyeball like toothpaste over a tube, and it had closed my eye completely. In fact, by that time, the tumor was almost touching my glasses here, completely shut. He said, don't worry, benign. I'm going to send you to a surgeon that'll open up your eyelid and cut it out. And it's great success in this area. I went to the surgeon, and there he stood. He said, it's cancerous. I said, what? So he said, I'm sending you to an oncologist. I went off to an oncologist, and he looked at it, and he said, it's a regular lymphoma. And he said, we'll hit it with radiation. We have a very high success rate, and this is what we're going to do. And I've already booked you in for radiation. But he said, there's a certain part of the pathology of this biopsy that I haven't yet seen, and I just need to see that. So I said, sure. I was booked in. Well, the next day, my phone rang at 8 o'clock in the morning at home, and I answered, and it was the oncologist. I said, well, what's the story? He said, well, the diagnosis was incorrect. He said, it's not a regular lymphoma. You have Burkitt's lymphoma. Well, I said, Doc, I've never heard of that. Don't know what that is. He said, but you calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday at my home, and you sound agitated. It's not good, is it? He said, no, it's not good. He said, it's a rare but highly aggressive cancer, and you've got it. He said, this is what I've done. I've already called Shands Hospital in Gainesville, and they're experts in Burkitt's lymphoma, and they're waiting for you to come and see them. And then I said, Doc, all right, that's fine. When shall I go? When shall I go up to Shands? Well, his voice went literally up an octave, and he said, you go now, right now. As soon as you put the phone down, you get in your car and you get there as quickly as you can. I put the phone down, looked at my wife. She said, what is all that about? I said, well, Burkitt's lymphoma. Never heard of it. Apparently it's not good. I went online, as we all do, and looked up Burkitt's lymphoma, and what I read there was something nobody wants to read. I read there that it is indeed a rare cancer in the United States, but in people over the age of 60, 0 survival rate. The best results had been something like 3 years of life after the diagnosis. I was 68 at the time. I thought, wow, what is this? Well, it was a death sentence. I knew that. It was a death sentence.